Hey guys, AC here. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to do this video for a while, but I wanted to test it a bit more. So today we're going to talk about Roja's Elysium Cologne. Actually, it's called Elysium Parfum Cologne versus Alexandria fragrance Zion. Zion versus Elysium. Now, I've done a full review of Elysium. Elysium is basically a very beautiful scent, but very unlike any Rojas I have used or tested. So, in a nutshell, got a dry down of Elysium, got a dry down of Zion. In a nutshell, the scent is focused on citrus and fruits. Okay, so Elysium, when you first spray it, you'll get hit with a beautiful blast of grapefruit, and soon it's supported by bergamot, lemon, and I think vetiver joins the party, but vetiver is very sparkly green vetiver with slightly woody facet. When it dries or starts to dry down, there's some florals which join the party, which I don't get, but there are tons of notes, guys. It's about 20 odd notes. So there's lily of the valley, there's jasmine, I believe, there's rose, there's leather, and the beautiful bit in Elysium is a very fine execution of ambergris. The ambergris used in Elysium is sour, it's very effervescent, sparkly, and it's got a hint of sweetness, just a tiny hint of sweetness. The scent is beautiful for the first 3 to 4 hours, beautiful. It projects for about 2 hours. It's a fantastic scent. It's a joy to wear. And when it starts to dry down, it gets closer to your skin, but it does give you at least 2 hours of projection, 5 to 6 hours of longevity. That's the scent in a summary. What I'm looking for is a lemony, fruity scent, right? There's another very beautiful execution of bergamot, hence, bergamot with blackcurrant is what makes it very reminiscent of Aventus. So I was looking for that and I got it. So this is slightly, very thin layer of Aventus-like scent. The bergamot and the lemon are fine. The grapefruit isn't as good. And the blackcurrant note is a bit more acidic than what I get here. So what this fragrance brings to the table is the opening, which is nowhere near as nice as Elysium. But it tries to make up for it by introducing a very fine vetiver, very nicely done, and cypriol is another note, I forgot. Cypriol, nagamota, is another note which brings in that lemoniness and carries the lemoniness throughout the journey of Elysium. They've got that right. The dry down is when the fragrance tries to become even closer to Elysium. It does do that, but not to an extent which you would call a clone. So I don't think this is a clone. For example, the ambergris is just not there. It's not that obvious. Instead of ambergris, you get a very creamy, woody note, much like a sandalwood note. I think there's no sandalwood in Elysium. There's also a very nice vanilla, aromatic vanilla in Elysium. I don't get it here. Maybe it's hidden. I don't get it here though. So, in a nutshell, the fragrance tries to do what Elysium does. Elysium also is a very fine quality scent. It's like wearing a very fine quality material stuff, but one which is quite hardy. Yeah, that fineness is not there in Zion. In spite of all that, I tested thoroughly. In spite of all that, I went and bought a 60 ml. And here comes the good news, if you like. This fragrance actually, Zion, is actually a very nice fragrance. It's not a clone of Elysium. Let's put that under the carpet. Elysium side. If you want to enjoy Elysium and you're looking for a cheap clone, there isn't. You have to go for Elysium. Elysium is a fantastic scent, but so is Zion. Zion is this fruity, citrusy, woody scent, right? Which is very modern smelling, reminiscent of Aventus, and it also reminds you of another scent which I recently reviewed. That is Artisan Pure. Yeah. So Artisan Pure, this scent is somewhere between Elysium and Artisan Pure. Yeah. So that woody, citrusy, fruity scent. Beautiful. Very well done. The other great thing about this is, as I said, Elysium lasts for about 6 hours. This one, some days, it gives me roughly 7 to 8 hours, even more. It also projects more. But this is a temperamental fragrance. Some days it just doesn't project, it just doesn't last as long as normally it would. So it's slightly temperamental. There's another good tip I can give you about Alexandria fragrances. Once you first get them, do a few sprays and leave the bottle for about 15 days, 30 days. The juice seems to mature a bit. It smells a little bit better if you've left it. This bottle is a 3-month-old bottle. I'm really enjoying this. So, my final verdict. Is this a clone? No. How close is it to Elysium? I'd say about 30 to 40%. Yeah? And the feel of Elysium, which is the most important thing in my books, the shimmering layer, the thin layer, which is very thin, very delicate, but it's very hardy. It's not there. That experience is missing. So don't buy this as a clone of Elysium. But if you're looking for a fruity, woody, very nice smelling scent, as I described, somewhere between Artisan Pure and Aventus, you should go for this. Because it also has the wow factor, the compliment factor. I was complimented quite a bit when I was testing this. I've worn it about 5 or 6 times this summer. And it was a very hot summer here. So I got a few good compliments. So that's my summary, guys. A good fragrance, but don't buy it as a clone, because it isn't a clone. Hope you enjoyed the review. Take care, fellas. Bye.